Welcome to Island Decree. We are doing a podcast.
Yay, podcast.
I am Phil.
Podcast.
Yeah, I'm Nick, and Rocky's back with us.
I'm back. Rocky the Island Bacon.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to crack a pack. And we have 2 packs this time, so Nick, flip a coin.
Oh, crap.
Wow.
I don't have a coin. I'm a college
I
student.
have a coin.
He doesn't have a coin, which brings me to my next point. Support us on
Just
Patreon.
I have a coin. I found
Damn
one.
it. I thought I could finally show my skill.
Heads.
We are opening a pack of mirrodin.
Yay, mirrodin.
I
So
thought
Mirrodin.
you were already going to open that pack.
Enter this harsh metal mirrodin world, and use a new kind of artifact card, equipment, to add a sharper edge to your game.
Oh, very punny.
This is
Very
when
punny.
flavor text is written on the back of packs.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that.
The better times, when men were men. And I could open packs properly.
Yeah, wow. This is taking a while.
Why are you taking so long?
Oh, Phil.
I've masturbated 3 times by now.
Alright. Here we go. Get your gatherers open, people.
Yeah, don't worry, I have my hand sanitizer.
I'm sorry.
Alright. So our first card is a null.
Okay.
It's an instant for 1 blue, counter target artifact or enchantment spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Seems very powerful in this block.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Mirrodin, so... Yeah.
Probably pretty good in Commander in most aspects, because everyone
Probably.
loves their Sol Rings.
Yeah. Mirrodin is, for Rocky, it's primarily artifacts.
Yes.
Oh, I love artifacts.
And then
That's
there's
so my jam.
Copper Mirror. It's
Okay.
a 1/1 for 2. It's an artifact creature. Tap it to add green to your mana pool.
Nice.
Then we have the Nim Replica, which is a 3/1 for 3. It's an artifact creature zombie. You can pay 2 and a black to sacrifice it. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. I don't love it.
Yeah,
Wow, it is rated really low on Gather.
Yeah. Okay, next we have the Tel'Jalad Archers. They are a 2/4 for 4/5, protection from artifacts. They may block as though they had flying, so they have reach.
Nice.
Protection from artifacts is really good in Mirrodin.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't run it in my elf deck just because I can get better value than a 2/4 for 5.
Value. Yeah.
What do you think, Nick?
I think it's definitely for Mirrodin it's really good. But other than that, there's definitely better cards.
Rocky?
Yeah. What Nick said. Hold on, sorry, I'm doing something real fast.
Next we have the Scale of Chisgoria. It is a...
Scale of Chisgoria.
It's an artifact
Okay.
that casts for 3. It has affinity for artifacts, which means this spell costs 1 less to play for each artifact you control.
Right.
Yeah.
You may play it anytime you can play an instant, so it has flash. And you
Yeah.
can tap it, target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn.
Only +1?
Or sorry, +0
Yeah.
+1.
Oh, so it's... Eh.
Yeah, it's
Once
Yeah.
again, better value elsewhere.
I mean, you can cast it for free, but still there's better cards.
Yeah.
It's 3 colorless?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
affinity.
it's 3 colorless.
Oh, neato.
Then we have the Ogre Leadfoot. It's a 3/3 for 4 and a red. Whenever Ogre Leadfoot becomes blocked by an artifact creature, destroy that creature.
That's pretty good for Mirrodin.
Wow.
For Mirrodin, yeah, but I feel like most of these cards are good, unless you're not playing Mirrodin.
Yeah.
Hey, Rocky and I were just talking about equipment. We have the Slagworm Armor, which is a artifact equipment for 1. It equips for 3, and an equipped creature gets +0/+6.
That is awesome.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I love it.
Then we have...
Equipment that just gives you huge buffs. Like, that's why artifacts are so good. And that's why you throw the Pure Steel Paladin in there.
Oh,
And everything just becomes beautiful. That's my favorite card. It's so
I know.
good.
You literally talk about it all the time.
It's in my cube, so we know what you're first
yeah.
picking. Even if you're like
you.
third pack, you're in a black-green deck, Pure Steel Paladin, splashing
Pure Steel
for white.
Paladin.
Then we have
There's always room for artifacts, guys.
the Lumen Grid Warden, which is a 1/3 for 1 in the blue. Yep,
Okay.
It's wait, what?
a 1/3 for 1 in the blue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess.
Sure is a card.
Is that all? That's all?
Yeah, that's all.
That's it.
So good. Such value.
That's all, folks.
Ooh, then we have the Sphere of Purity, which is an enchantment for 3 and a white. If an artifact would deal damage to you, prevent 1 of that damage.
Oh. Okay.
Wow. I'm not loving this pack of Mirrodin so far.
No.
There's not much to say other than, seems fine in the set, but anywhere else it's kind of garbage.
Yeah.
Pretty much like all of these Gatherer ratings are like 2 or less.
Ooh, next we have the Necrogen Spell Bomb. It's an artifact for 1. Pay black to sacrifice it. Target player discards a card. Or you can pay 1 colorless to sacrifice it and draw a card.
Huh.
I actually like this a lot better than any other card right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
if you
spell
gain
bombs,
cards.
if memory serves, the spell bombs were always pretty good.
Yeah, generally.
Ooh, next we have the Talisman of Indulgence, which is an artifact for 2. You can tap it to add 1 to your mana pool, or you can have it to add black or red to your mana pool and deal 1 damage to you.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's really good
Yeah.
fixing.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't really play it in Commander, but
No, definitely not.
and I probably wouldn't play it in Modern. Anyway. Next we have the Sun Droplet, which is an artifact for 2. Whenever you're dealt damage, put that many charge counters on Sun Droplet. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, you may remove a charge counter from Sun Droplet. If you do, you gain 1 life.
Life gain is nice.
But not bad life gain. I don't like this very much.
Yeah. Although, I will point out this is currently the highest rated card we have from this pack.
I mean,
Man.
the more players you have, the better it is.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and then we are going to...
I'm trying to do the cool thing that Nick's doing and look up cards as Phil reads them, but my computer is real slow.
We're looking at
Yeah.
Droplet. That looks like a card. I can see now.
Dead Iron Sledge, which is an equipment for 1. Whenever a equipped creature blocks or becomes blocked by a creature, destroy that creature and equipped creature. It equips for 2.
Oh.
I mean, it destroys your thing. You can trade up really well.
Throw that
Oh,
shit
yeah.
on a couple tokens.
Like, yeah, it trades up fine, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't
You
put it
know,
on any
with the
creature.
Pure Steel Paladin.
Yes. Don't put it on your Pure Steel Paladin.
No. Tokens and Pure Steel Paladin make me so happy.
And then we have the Slagworm Armor again as a foil.
Ooh.
And in our rare, drumroll please, is Broodstar.
It sounds cool. What's it do?
It casts for 8 blue, but it has
Okay.
affinity for artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
It also has
Mhm.
flying, and its power and toughness are each equal to the number of artifacts you control.
Oh,
I mean...
get swole, get heavy.
I mean, for the amount of artifacts in Mirrodin, this could actually be like one of the best cards.
Again, in a draft, you're going to have trouble making this go off.
And then if you have Pure Steel Paladin in there, you just throw equipment on it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
This is actually rated really high on Gatherer.
Yeah, this is a 4.347.
Yeah, I mean,
This is the highest rated card.
constructed deck. You put a bunch of these, you put 4 of these in there and a bunch of artifacts. In an affinity deck, yeah, this seems fine.
This seems quite decent.
Again, I would not draft it in a Mirrodin draft.
Oh no, not a draft. Why does it sound like Rocky Stormwater?
You didn't know?
He's island big.
Yeah. I'm in the
Somebody-
middle of the Pacific right now. It's a
Somebody
wonder I have
is-
good Wi-Fi.
Somebody's echoing him.
What card are you taking if you're in a draft, Nick?
Probably Slagworm Armor.
I will take the foil Slagworm Armor.
Yeah.
What about you, Rocky? What are you taking?
I don't remember any of the cards you were just talking about. Slagworm Armor.
All right.
So good. So good, get swole.
I might also... A Null is pretty good in Mirrodin. Null... Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we have a new member on our Island Decree team.
Yeah. That's
So-
you're talking about me.
Rocky, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rocky the Island Bacon. You might know me from being cool. And yeah, talking about fan fiction all the time.
Oh yeah, all the
Um,
fanfic.
What is your favorite format of Magic to play?
There's a lot of really good formats that I know about. They're all pretty good. My
Okay.
favorite format.
Do you like Commander? Do you like...
I've
just
played
like-
a couple Commander games. It's pretty fun.
Do you like drafting? Do you like sealed,
but-
like at the pre-release? Do you like just constructed casual Magic?
What was when we were at the Magic Shop and we were doing that's a draft, right?
That's a sealed.
That's a sealed draft?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad at Magic, but like as long as everyone else doesn't have a bunch of really good cards, I can get by. And so drafts are good for me. I can build a deck from those cards. Fine.
Speaking of getting
I'm
by,
not gonna
I believe
win,
you had
but-
a first round buy during our...
Yeah,
he
oh, that
did.
was so stupid. I was pissed. I was like, we sat there for like 10 minutes, and I was just like, I guess my guy isn't here. Well, I don't get to do anything until 2 hours. And by then we left.
Yeah,
And I was pissed.
this next pre-release we're going to be going during the afternoon.
Okay, cool.
Nick, that sounds good to you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, there's some controversy going on in Magic right now.
Ooh.
Nick, are you aware of the two big controversial issues?
Controversial topics.
So,
I think so.
we'll address the funnier one in a minute, but there's one that's been bugging me. And that is the low-key sexism in Magic, or the assumed sexism in other cases. So first of all, there are some players that are just dicks if their opponents happen to be female.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read this quote from the MTG Salvation forums. This person says, I guess one of the worst ones for me was back when I first started playing. When Ravager Affinity was still standard legal and pretty damn popular, my opponent was overheard to make comments regarding, auto-win, my opponent's a girl, and other such niceties. I was playing a black-green Affinity Hate Death Cloud, so a few Oxidized, Molder Slug, and other niceties later, I win the match. My opponent's response? How cute. Did your boyfriend show you how to play that? The only thing that stopped me from telling him where to go was the judge standing right next to me, who promptly issued him with a nice, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So there's
What
some...
a dick.
I know, like... There are some serious dicks in Magic. I don't know if you guys have experienced anything like that. I know Nick has told an anecdotal story similar to that. Rocky, have you ever experienced some total sexist people?
I mean,
In
I'm not
Magic?
pretty enough to be sexist too, so
Have you ever have you ever overheard someone being sexist?
I don't think so. No, I haven't really been out in the community a whole lot, like the Magic community. So I think you guys are more likely to have experienced stuff like that. But I can understand, like that's not okay. You don't treat someone like they're
Worse than you, just because they're female.
yeah. Why do you have to be a dick? Like everyone's just a person. It doesn't matter if you've got balls outside or inside your body. We're all just people, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, some of us are hotter than others, but that's no reason to be mean to them.
Rocky, you I believe you missed Nick's story. It was basically go ahead and sum it
Yeah,
up.
tell us a story, Nick.
Oh yeah. So I already said this on the previous podcast, but there was definitely a guy at the standard place that I play, and he was against a girl, and he let her win. Well, okay, she beat him, and then afterwards, after she had left, he was telling everyone about how he had let her win because he thought she would give him her number.
Wow.
Now, Nick, you are a person who dates females.
This is true.
Is that a good way to get females to date?
No? At
I mean,
least not
unless
in my
they're-
experience.
Yeah, unless they have really low self-esteem, then probably not.
And they're like, wow, this guy, I beat this guy in Magic. I better give him my number.
And, like, there are things I've noticed, like, whenever there's a female player at a tournament, people tend to watch her match more than other people.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a problem. There's other stuff like...
Well, that's just people being weird and creepy.
Yeah, you watch some of GP Vegas on Twitch, correct, Nick?
Yeah.
So, GPs are generally on Twitch. And whenever a female player does really well, or makes a top 8, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people will make a bunch of really dumb comments about how she shouldn't be there, she can't play, and she should get back in the kitchen, and they'll root for her to lose. This happened the last time a female player made the top 8 of the Pro Tour.
That's
Yeah,
embarrassing,
it was...
actually.
Yeah, I'm really embarrassed about.
I can't
People doing
believe that I mean, Magic is a game where people come together and we all like to like have fun. Like it's competitive and yeah, there's a lot of like competition that goes along with it. But I mean, pretty much everyone that plays is still in it to have fun and not necessarily just to like beat the crap out of people. Like,
Yeah.
because as soon as you start like beating the crap out of people, as soon as you start being a dick, then no one's gonna want to play with you, and then that's kind of defeats the purpose of the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the moral of this discussion is don't be a dick. Like, and that doesn't just go for Magic. Like, it goes for pretty much anything. Like, if you're out on the street,
Life. Yeah.
Yeah.
it goes to life.
Good life lesson.
Don't be a dick.
There was also a situation where a pro player went on a date. They
Good.
did not expressly state that they were a pro Magic player in their dating profile. It was online, obviously.
Right.
And the woman writing the article wrote for some sort of website and basically humiliated him over the course of it by going on about what a loser he was.
Wow.
And they're like, she called him a loser because he played, she asked him how often you play Magic, and he's like, oh, I play it pretty much every day. Do you go to tournaments? Yeah, I'm preparing for one this weekend. And who are your friends? And he's like, oh, I met all my best friends through Magic. And she called him a loser basically because of that sentiment.
Okay.
The person who wrote the article is the one that went on the date?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's also really scummy.
Yeah, that's really scummy, especially like the fact that one, she went on an internet date with this guy, like
She's
for
calling, yeah.
whatever reason, like you still like were on the internet, like, ooh, I'm gonna look up people to go on a date with, like, so that in itself kind of takes away a little bit of her.
We're not
validity.
saying people who date on the internet are bad or like dumb because of it, but
No, definitely not.
yeah, no.
But if you are going on a date like with someone on the internet,
You don't have room to criticize.
Yeah.
like nobody has room to criticize somebody to go on a
Mhm.
date with. Like
Mhm.
it's still just like that kind of takes away her validity just the way that she met him. Because it's not like she knew him beforehand and she like just found out like this thing after they'd been friends for like 3 years.
It's like, I have a confession. I play
I
Magic
play
the
Magic.
Gathering.
Yeah.
And then she was like,
I
"Oh,
can't talk
I
to you
don't know if I feel
anymore."
comfortable with that."
Like there's better ways to go about it than being an ass.
True.
So,
Funny
Even
story. along
even if you don't like Magic, like you feel like people who play Magic aren't your kind of people, like the ones you want to hang out with, doesn't mean you have to put them down for it.
Yeah.
It's a hobby. Well, for some people, it's more than a hobby, but it's how they like to enjoy their free time.
Yeah. Funny story along those lines, actually. Some of my friends at school, were making fun of me and some of my other friends for playing Magic.
You need better
and
friends.
So, well, the story gets better. And so they were teasing us, and they're like, "Oh wow, like what nerds like playing just like all those nerdy games, yada yada yada." And so I was like, "Okay, well, like let's like why don't you try it before you actually like tell us that it's like a dumb game?" And so they sat down and played, and they were so confused by all the rules, and they just like couldn't keep up with like how fast the gameplay was going. And then by the end of it, they were like trying to look up rule books, even though, you know, we had like tried to describe, like tell them all the rules. And, you know, we obviously weren't just going to like destroy them without like telling them anything.
Like you did with me.
Well, okay, moving on. But yeah, so like by the end, they were like looking up like rule books and that kind of stuff, and like looking up cards and decks and that kind of stuff.
Like, because they
And-
were into it?
Yeah, because they like played it, and they're like, "Oh, this is actually like much more fun than we thought it would be." So,
Oh, that's cool.
like, don't knock it until you try it.
You have to be decently smart to play Magic.
Oh, yes.
You need to have certain literacy skills.
Yes. You must be able to read.
And
I'm
do
so
math.
bad at that, though. Like, I just don't read cards. I just play them and hope that they work out.
Fun story
It's
about
kinda
that,
like-
by the way.
I
Preacher.
won.
There's a card called Book Burning. It's one of my personal favorites. And Rocky played it in the game.
Mhm.
And the card Book Burning reads, unless a player has Book Burning deal 6 damage to him or her, put the top 6 cards of the target player's library into his or her graveyard.
Mhm.
So what
That's
that
such a
means,
stupid way to word it. Like, what the fuck?
what that means is
Who
a
could
player,
understand that?
as you cast it, a player chooses to have
Game.
6 damage dealt to him or her.
Mhm.
And if they don't choose to do that, you mill 6 on whatever opponent you choose. Now, what Rocky thought this meant was, unless another player owns the card Book Burning, you deal 6 damage
Because
to
it
them,
says unless a
and then
player
mill
has
6.
book burning. Like,
No,
Oh.
yeah, I think I might
Just
side with
expected
Rocky
a
on this
comma
one.
to be
That's
there, and it
really... That's really confusing.
I mean, I get it now.
So, quick
Reading
thing.
is hard, guys. Reading is a skill you need to nurture and grow all your life.
Just briefly touching the sexist for a moment. So there's a big
Don't touch the sexist. That's how you get fucking lawsuits.
misconception that Magic players are just these stereotypical nerds who have never interacted with a woman before.
Mm.
I mean, sometimes they're right.
Mhm.
Dick.
Rocky, we don't want to hear about your personal problem. Nick's
Oh,
the only one who's
no.
actually dating someone.
Right now, I've dated people. I'm popular. I look cute in a tie.
Just a tie.
You know it.
Oh.
Oh,
But
man.
there have been some dumb complaints because people think that it's an all boys club. Some of these dumb complaints include people saying that the community is internally misogynistic and it's not just a few bad apples, otherwise known as the Gamergate complaint. What's your opinion on that complaint about Magic?
Mm.
It's not true.
Yeah.
Would be number one.
Some people say that too many women's names end in A, and that is sexist.
Well, that's because it's in that letter in and of itself is feminine.
Such as Liliana and Chandra. What's your opinion on that?
Like, the way
So-
language works.
So does that mean that, like, literally every Latin language is sexist?
Yes. It's the Latin patriarchy.
Oh, man.
Check your Latin privilege.
Oh my god.
Then there's also complaint that some of the artwork is very sexist.
Well, I mean,
The first complaint is, look up Triumph of Ferocity from Innistrad block, I believe.
is it
I
hot?
have this card.
I know, I do as well.
Oh, what about it?
So, look at the artwork for a sec.
Oh.
Now, people claim that this is showing sexual assault.
I mean, no. First off, no.
Secondly, they don't know the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's Garrick trying... This isn't the... someone on the forums put it best. It was, this isn't don't move or I'll kill you. It's don't move because I'm going to kill you.
Right.
He's not threatening to rape her. He is going to stab her in the face.
Yeah, because it's Garrick stabbing Liliana.
Yeah, because this is Garrick and Liliana. Garrick is trying to hunt down and kill Liliana in the plot of this block.
I really should look up magic lore because I really like lore.
Yeah, no,
this sounds
magic lore
like
is
a cool
great.
story. This sounds like a cool story.
And there's other complaints. Complaints have been that there are no pregnant women featured on the Art of Cards.
Garuk is hot.
So there's also no fat women on the Art of Cards. No people of color in artwork. No.
There's lots of people of color.
No women of color. No disabled women.
That might be true. I'm not sure.
What's your opinion on having any fat disabled women of color on our cards, Nick?
Well, I mean, the artwork is not going to, deter me from playing it.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
half
even...
the reason I do play. I think the artwork in this game is really cool.
Oh, the artwork's very
Oh,
cool.
yeah. But, if I get a card, I'm not going to be like, oh, there's a black woman on this card. Can't play it. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Plus, if you think about it logically, so magic, the lore of it, it's that you summon these creatures to attack each other, right?
Yeah.
Why would I want to summon a pregnant woman? One, it's not because, I'm sure she would be, ridiculous, because she'd just be like...
Oh no,
Because-
please direct all your hate to the comment section below.
I have a mother who was pregnant while I was alive, I know.
You had a mother who was pregnant. Well, quite obviously, yes.
Yes.
I believe we all did.
I mean, I didn't. I was the youngest.
Well, no, but she was pregnant while you were being...
Okay, after I was born.
Okay.
Come on, Phil. Yeah.
I have younger siblings. But, that just doesn't make sense to me. Why would I want to put, a disabled person on a battlefield?
Not only are you endangering her, you're endangering a child.
Wheelchair night.
Yeah,
That might be cool, actually. Put a lance on his wheelchair and just, push him down the hill.
I mean, I think a lot of this is just people looking for something to complain about.
He'd have charge.
Also, that being
and
said,
haste.
I could think of really creepy counterspell art with some pregnant women on it, but it wouldn't be something pregnant women would want to look at.
No, what is it? Let's see it.
No, I could think of a card something called Abort.
Yeah. No, that's not cool.
That's not a card, but
That's
I could think
not a joke.
I could think of... No, there could be really creepy counterspell art with that.
Yeah.
Something that actually is sexist and actually is a problem is that there are female-only tournaments at certain GameStops, or game shops. I mean, there's look, Ladies Planeswalkers is one of the great things of LR, but they include men.
Yeah.
I think when it gets to the point of excluding someone, and that goes beyond a safe space and goes into actual exclusion.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to touch on that. And then there's the second controversy in Magic right now, which is Goyfgate.
Goyfgate.
I haven't heard of that one.
It's
You
super
clearly
cool.
didn't watch the top 8 at GP Las Vegas.
I did not.
I did not. I heard about it from SourceFed. We're plugging that channel because I love it. SourceFed Nerd on YouTube.com/SourceFed.
So Pascal
Go watch
Maynard
that channel.
did not win the Pro Tour. He lost in the semis. But he was drafting, he was playing a white-red deck, and in his second pack, I believe, he opens a foil Tarmogoyf.
Mm-hmm.
There was
Super
a
nice.
Burst Lightning in that pack that could have helped his deck out considerably. But he took foil Tarmogoyf because of the value. Foil Tarmogoyf is about $250. He ended up selling it for $15,000.
Yeah.
Such money.
And people were like, there were some Magic players, professional players, that called him out on it. They're like, oh, you're disgusting. How can you draft value over what would help your deck? And I think Graham Stark of Tap Tap Concede put it best. He said, I think it's Tempest in a Teapot. Why is the big controversy?
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to have an extra $15,000 by selling a card.
If I opened a pack and I saw a Tarmogoyf and a lightning bolt, I'd be like, screw the lightning bolt. I have 4 of these.
It's you're in a Pro Tour, you're in a top 8. This is your chance to win a GP.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I were in that chance to win a GP, I would take foil Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Like, this will cover my expenses to get here. So basically,
Not
people
to
are
mention, he's also going to win money on top of that, so...
Yeah, he's
like,
in the top 8.
Plus, like, if he's a pro, then Magic is generally, like, their occupation, and they need to make money off of it. So I don't understand why everyone's freaking out about it.
Yeah, it's... Cooler heads have prevailed. The players that called him out have largely apologized, and Maynard made a pretty good statement about it as well. He said, Burst Lightning was the right pick, but given the choice, I'd still pick Foil Tarmogoyf. I had to do it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So people are making a big deal out of this, but they aren't making a big deal out of the fact that rampant cheating has been going on recently. So Alex Bertoncini is currently banned. He's not banned. He's banned until 2017, which is not his first suspension. So
Okay.
This isn't what got him banned, but here are a few examples of what he's done.
Okay.
He had a card out. It got destroyed. He just very casually puts it back into his hand, plays it again next turn, gets destroyed again, almost does it again, and then puts it in his graveyard. The commentators were curious about how he got a third because they thought he only had 2 in his deck.
Mm-hmm.
He also used Explore to, like, get more mana than was possible. He also drew more cards than he should have with Brainstorm. He's done this. He's spent it until 2017. What do you have to do to get a lifetime ban around here?
I feel like Wizards in general,
Yeah.
don't want to issue lifetime bans.
Yeah. And
But,
then...
like, that being said, like, I feel like there is a point where, like, I don't think he's going to come back to, like, the next event in 2017, and they're just going to be like, oh, hey, like, have fun, like, go ahead. I feel like there's definitely
There will
going
be a
to
judge watching his match.
Yeah. So...
But that's not the only cheating going on. In 2 very recent GPs, there was one where Trevor Humphreys won the tournament, and what he was doing was he was shuffling his opponent's deck and intentionally putting about 10 to 12 non-land cards at the top, so they had to mulligan. He was very casually doing this while shuffling their deck. He was putting about 10 to 12 non-land cards at the top, so they would draw no land and have to mulligan down to 4 or 5.
That's such a scumbag move.
And he won the tournament. And they only caught him via replays. And then the Rookie of the Year was also accused of doing the exact same thing and got his Rookie of the Year title revoked. And that was at the same GP. And in that Pro Tour Dragons of Tarkir, so much stuff went wrong. So, Jeremy Dizani lied to a judge. Felipe Valdivia was had his board wiped and then put a card from his graveyard into his hand after his board was wiped. And then there was the big one. Steven Speck had been playing Amulet Bloom, which is a modern combo deck, for years. And the thing about most combo decks is you need a very good starting hand. But Amulet Bloom, it has to be almost a very specific starting hand of 7 cards.
No, yeah.
He put 7 cards into his lap, and then shuffled his deck and presented it with 53 cards, and he got away with it for years. He came in second at one of the GPs, and he came in top 8 twice. He knocked out Pascal Maynard, who was the Goyfgate person, from one of these GPs. And I couldn't even fathom doing that at a top-level event.
Yeah.
If anything, like, I'd be worried about getting caught. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can just, like, continuously do that over years.
And it was...
Well,
I
like,
guess-
once you get away with it once, then you become more... You're more likely to do it again.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I got away with it that time, so why wouldn't I now?
Yeah.
But why would...
Scumbag.
At that type of event, it's not even worth it, because you could get banned from tournaments. I couldn't imagine being at that high of a level and then cheating.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, why doesn't he just? He could. There's so many more options than cheating.
And
Like,
Speck
no.
was super
If
cocky. He's like, I'm going to get this deck banned. I'm so good at playing it. He said that on Twitter. It's like, oh no, you're not going to get the deck banned. You're going to get yourself banned for cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Like,
basically,
have more respect for yourself, more respect for the game. Like, don't base your entire career off of cheating.
yeah,
Like, for me, even, like, casual Magic, like, even then, like, I've never had the inclination to be like, ooh, I could just, like, cheat and, like, put these cards in my hands. Like, yeah, sure, every once in a while, you're like, oh, well, like, I'm shuffling my deck, like, I might as well, like, try and put this one on top. But then it gets cut anyway, so you're like, it doesn't even matter.
I've
Right.
cheated once in my
I'm
entire
gonna
career.
start watching you more, Nick. When we're playing Magic, I'm gonna watch you very carefully.
I've cheated once, and this was very early on. This was at a friend's house.
My
It was-
house?
No, it was Jack.
You son of a bitch.
It was I drew my hand of 7. It was questionable to keep or not. My friend had to go to the bathroom, so I looked at my top card.
You disgust
You
me.
scumbag.
Like, in all reality, like,
Yeah,
nobody cares. But, like, really, in a Pro Tour, like, that's...
I wouldn't do that in a tournament level match. I wouldn't even do that at F&M.
No, like, I wouldn't really even do that ever, but still, it's like...
This kind of
I've
segues
never
into our
cheated.
next subject of, is it better to win, or is it better to have fun and be a nice person?
Definitely the latter. Like,
Yeah.
winning isn't important. Sure, winning's fun, but, have integrity.
Yeah, definitely. Like, winning itself actually kind of sucks unless you win, like, fairly.
Yeah. And at Pro Tours, at any kind of tournament, like at pre-releases, there are people that are like, there are some people that'll try to play spells so fast, and then when you try to counter it, they'll be like, oh, I already played these spells, and it's like, no, you didn't give me a chance to respond.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the stack, bro.
Like, people call judges for dumb things. It's just, I'm not going to talk long on this, but just be nice. You're there to have fun, so is everybody else. And if you're just a jerk, you're not fun to play with, and I don't see what you're there for.
I mean, really, rule for Magic, rule for life. Like, be a good person.
And it was great, because I've heard experiences of, like, one guy who won and then started shouting that they wouldn't let him just take cash instead of packs.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
did they specify you can have cash or packs?
No, they said, you can win packs. He's like, well, I want cash instead.
Maybe you can sell your cards.
Alright, so we're going to end this episode with something fun. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Are you guys aware of that?
No.
It's Christmas
Why?
in
It's-
July?
It's
In
spoiler.
June?
It's spoiler season.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, it is spoiler season.
And
I
there
know what that means.
are some spoilers for Magic Origins, which is pre-released next month.
I know.
We will also bring you
That's
a lot of
something to look
coverage
up
from
now.
the pre-release.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun.
So a few notable cards in this new set are Aegis Angel's back,
Mm-hmm.
Sarah
Yeah,
Angel's
Aegis
back,
Angel.
Yeah, the Angels are back.
Yoked Ox is one of my
Okay.
favorites.
I was just going to say that, actually. That looks super
You get
cool.
yoked, get buff. Get yoked, get buff.
Claustrophobia I've always been a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
Towergeist Into the Void.
Um,
Cruel Revival is back.
yeah, it is.
Oh man.
Flush to Dust is okay.
Yeah.
I see it run a little bit in Standard now.
Mind Rot.
Active Treason I like.
They've got the standards. They've got, the Send Your Vampire. They've got Aegis Angel. They've got, sorry, not Aegis Angel. Shivan Dragon,
Mm-hmm.
Send Your Vampire, Sarah Angel, stuff like that. The classics.
Titanic Growth is back. I love Titanic
Ooh.
Growth.
Also, Chandra's Fury I like. It's in my cube, actually.
Mm-hmm. There's some interesting, the Tome
Ooh, Terra
is
Stomper.
kind of, Terra Stomper's back, yeah. I like Spiders, so Hitchclaw Recluse is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And, yeah, a lot of really cool cards. So many cool
Yeah.
cards. Spoiler season is so great.
Oh, yeah. Malakir Coalblade looks super cool. So 1/1 for 2, but whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, he gets a +1/+1 counter.
Ooh. So many of these cool cards.
Cobble Brood is a 5/2.
Oh, you finally pulled up the spoiler, have you?
Yeah, I'm looking at some cards. It's a
Yeah,
good
way to
time.
go.
Also, Liliana, we've talked about before extensively.
Yeah, definitely.
Jesus.
Also, Hixus.
Hixus, yeah. Hixus is out. I literally just saw it.
It's a 4/4 for 3 white. It has Flash, and whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, if Hixus entered the battlefield this turn, exile that creature until Hixus leaves the battlefield. That's a weird effect.
So it's pretty much like it just gets rid of their big stuff.
Yeah.
Menace is kind of interesting.
Yeah, the menace mechanic.
Yeah.
On a goblin. Wow.
Yeah, I like a Varsius Dragon. Beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card at the beginning of your end step, discard your hand.
That's high risk, high reward.
Yeah, no, but I
But
like
in
that.
red.
Yeah.
In red, that's great.
Jesse and Thief looks kind of interesting.
Yeah. Ooh, Prowess is in this.
Yeah, I always like Prowess.
Eagle of Watch, I've always been a fan of. Eagle of
Yeah,
Watch.
Eagle to watch pretty.
So yeah, more
Yeah,
spoilers
it
to
looks cool.
come, but these are really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Rocky, what do you think of the spoilers?
Oh, there's more pages.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I don't see the cards about what's going on.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
3
I
pages
mean,
of
there's-
spoilers.
Certainly a bunch of really cool looking cards. They all
Yeah.
have nice art.
What do you guys... I know it's way too early to judge. We haven't even seen the Planeswalkers yet. What colors do you guys think of playing at the pre-release?
White
Red.
and
Red?
white and blue.
Red and black. Possibly green, depends. But you know me and my red, black, green.
Yeah, you're gonna totally shock us there.
I know,
Love me
everyone's
some
surprised.
love me some blue control.
There are also
Yeah.
some fake spoilers, so be wary of what you look at. Look at the actual
Wait, what-
magicspoiler.com,
Yeah.
such as Melmonic, the Secret Isle.
Yeah, I saw that one.
It enters
Yeah.
tapped. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice unless you return a target creature to its owner's hand. Tap to add blue.
Too strong. Too buff.
Yeah.
Yo.
Too yoked. It did
Yoked
not
dogs.
skip like that.
What'd you say, Phil?
Yoke dogs.
Yo dogs. 0/4. Too buff.
Mm-mm.
Seems like this is a mix of cool new cards and some of the
Yeah.
old favorites.
Definitely.
So that's going to do it for right now. Thank you for joining us, Rocky.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me, Nick.
Yeah, I had fun.
Of course.
And we'll be back with you next week on Island Decree.
Sounds good. See you later.
See ya, bitches.